Hey Pyros, Valmir here at Elite Fireworks. Right now standing inside one of our hot stands. Luckily for us here in Texas, it may be fall, but it's still hot. And by that, I don't think we're actually very lucky. I hope the weather would be much more cold, but guess what guys? Elite Fireworks in the East Coast, we're gonna have 4 seasons. So if that's an Easter egg to give you a general idea which part of the East we are gonna be, in this video, I'm actually gonna talk to you guys about our fireworks stands. Obviously right now, because it's outside of the fireworks season, they are completely empty because by Texas fireworks code, we cannot really have fireworks in our stand outside of the season. And after all, so we just basically store them here at the back of our property to look pretty, I guess, and stay in the heat. Anyway, so in this video, I kind of want to talk to you guys about our shelving here at Elite Fireworks for our stands. Now, many of you have seen our store in person as well as online. You guys do know that we like to be very organized when it comes to how we present all of our fireworks. Now, in this video, I want to go a little bit more in detail about our shelving, why we design the shelves to look this certain way. And one thing, if you guys want to notice, so obviously if you get the opportunity to visit any of our 20 fireworks stands in the Houston area, you will notice that all of our 40-foot containers, which we call mega stands, they all look the same, okay? Now, the reason why we make them all look the same is because even though we are not a franchise and it's a family business, we do want to make sure we run everything similar to a franchise, or just basically as much as like a franchise, because the beauty about a franchise is everything looks the same. A customer shopping in one location can expect the same expectations as other locations. For instance, as an example, I'll use McDonald's. A McDonald's in, let's say, Chicago, you can have the same expectation as a McDonald's in Los Angeles, right? Obviously, there are some perks to the franchise model. Of course, we are not planning to franchise our stands because we are not planning to grow with stands. So the stands that we have is the stands that we are staying. Matter of fact, most likely in the future, we will start selling even our stands, but we are not there yet. So when that comes, if you guys are interested, when the time is right, we would be open to sell the stands. But anyway, now as far as our stands, so obviously they are 40-foot fireworks containers. Now we buy them brand new. The reason why we buy them new is because we do not want to have any issues. Before, when we started, we did buy used fireworks stands. However, though, the issue with used fireworks stands is give it a couple years, you might get a leak in the ceiling, and that leak, especially, for instance, let's say it rains and you have your fireworks during the season. We've had it many times where we take off some fireworks and put a bucket there just so it's basically not damage the fireworks, right? Or matter of fact, we would have a ton of damaged fireworks. So for us, it was like, you know what? It's a matter of time. When we started doing our franchise style of our stands, we were like, let's just brand new stands. We're gonna have one signature. And notice we've added accent color. Obviously, if you are familiar with Elite Fireworks, you do know that orange is our main color, with aqua blue being the complementary color, and of course black. But anyway, we wanted to add our orange signature there just so it stands out as Elite Fireworks stand, even from the inside. But the reason why we also did that, now going back to, as I was saying, if in case there was a leak, well guys, as you notice here, for instance, when we put majority of our fireworks, we do have a plywood there to cover. So even if in case we were to have leak on top of our container where, it'll actually not damage the fireworks. So if you notice, 9 of the 11 sections are covered with this plywood under. The reason why we cover it is just that way it protects it. Even though it's a new stand, the stands are designed so that way if in case 5 years, 10 years from now, there's an issue, the fireworks will not get damaged. So that's perk number 1 that we learned based on our mistakes with used fireworks stands. Now, of course, as far as how the stands look, obviously, they look very nice. I highly recommend, if you haven't shopped to a typical fireworks stand and you cannot make it here in Houston, Texas, I recommend that go shop to your local fireworks stand, and I can almost guarantee you, majority of the stands out there, they do not look as nice as this. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm being a little bit cocky, but all credit, for instance, goes to my brothers. That's one of them, Suli. What's up, Suli? And then Kastriot. So they're the one that actually built this, and of course, my dad also helped them out. But the reason why we did it like this is just it looks different and it looks organized. I mean, guys, this might as well can be like in your closet for your clothes. So I know this is the oldest one, so I'm this one. Just matter of fact, that's why, guys, what I'm showing you guys, this is the worst one. This one has been, we've designed this 8 years ago. So just understand, like, this is 8 years, and after 8 years, this is how the stand looks. So you gotta admit, it looks really good. The newer ones are very nice, but even with the type of wood that we use, we try to use higher quality wood. Matter of fact, for the other stands, we've used a better woodwork, but this one, because it was early on, a little bit more. And then this is Kastriot also, so he's handyman number 1 and handyman number 2, and then there's me. But anyway, guys, now the reason why we did not put a plywood up there, because sometimes right here we have all of our assortment. Sometimes we have an assortment that's very large, so we need that extra approximately 10 inches just so we can fit it on there. But anyway, everything is designed with a purpose. So right here we have our big package, such as the Godfather, which we leave them there. It's actually perfectly measured for the Godfather to be in place. Over here we usually leave the King of the Block from Winkle Fireworks. Now a lot of our packages we do get black hats, so whenever we design these stands, we made sure that all the packages specifically fit in there. So for instance, right here we would normally have Night Display and Pyro City, and then of course they go back very deep. The good thing about our shelves, they are designed where it doesn't matter if you can stock the stand double the weight and it'll look the same. And what I mean by that, majority of fireworks stands, if you notice, especially in the middle section, often a lot of fireworks stands, they'll do it at an angle or such as 32 degrees or like around there. They'll do angle just so the customer from here would be able to see the fireworks. However, though, we do not do that here at Elite Fireworks. So all of our actual shelves, they go deep in. So for instance, what we tell of a lot of our stands, so that's why for a lot of our stands, it doesn't matter if you go to a stand that we might stock at $60, $70, $80,000 of inventory, or if there's a stand that is stocked $30, $40, $50,000, they will look the same, because we tell all of our managers, whenever they're stocking, rather than taking everything all the way to the back, they just bring it forward and up. So realistically, from the customer's perspective, you are not going to be able to tell if the back is full or not, because it's all going to look the same. And then we also give our managers picture per picture sample of how they stock it. And how we do that, usually every season we give a sample. So we go to one of our stands, we'll just put one layer just so for looks, and then obviously just so we take the pictures, we have that, and then our managers follow that template, and then boom, it's so much easier to replicate. So that's why all of our stands, they tend to look the same. And again, it goes all to that franchise model mentality. Now over here we have on section 4, we have some of our smaller packages with this section 5, which is all fountains. Okay, obviously you don't see any fountains here, but this section is fountains, and over here we usually do Roman candles, sparklers, and so on. Now over here, this section, so section 6, this is all miscellaneous novelty items, smoke bombs, you name it. Actually, some sparklers over here. We actually have a lot of Roman candles there. Now on this section over here, this is our noisemaker section. Now, if you want to see one of our stands that is full with fireworks, make sure you go to our YouTube channel and you can view it, because we do have our stands in person, how you see. So I have done walkthroughs, but this is the empty, because we are outside of the fireworks season. Now over here, usually we leave our firecrackers. We will have like M150s, Saturn missiles, and so on. We usually sometimes, depending if we have them, we might do some night shells and so on. Now in this section, so this I believe section 8. Yeah, section 8. This will be our artillery shells. Now, how we section if you notice, for instance, with all of our stands, or our stand design that we have for stocking, notice that we put one section, in each section we put one category of products. Now, why would we do that? Because often what you see a lot of fireworks in, they'll put all the big stuff in the top and they'll just go up, up, up. So it could be, you can have some artilleries here. You can have some cakes and so on. And then below you might have some fountains, some Roman candles, some, you name it, sparklers and so on. It's mix match. Now the reason why we do it all section by section, because guys, even for us, when it comes to training our managers, and of course we train our managers and we require our managers to train their own team, okay? So when I tell my manager, section 8, it's all canisters and different types of artillery. The smaller ones we put right here, the medium size there, and then the canisters up there. Now, even for them, when they're trying to train their team, they can tell them, okay guys, because understand they could get a team member that does not know nothing about fireworks. They can at least tell them, okay guys, these are all artilleries, and artillery is a ball or canister shape item that you put in the tube, you light it up, and it goes up in the air. So all of this section goes up in the air. And then they can say, from this section on, all the items go up in the air. Now right here, for instance, we have all different types of cakes, zippers and no abs over here, 200-gram cakes, and then a bunch of 500-gram cakes. But how easy is that? Even when they're training their team, they can say, okay, from section 8 on, everything goes up in the air. Section 7, it's all noisemakers. Section 6, which is the more complicated because it's a bunch of different stuff. It's little stuff, novelties and so on. Fountains, lots of color in the ground, all of this here. In this section right here, it's all Roman candles, the little balls that go up in the air. And over here, it's all packages. Now guys, I just gave you a less than 1 minute training on our system. So that's why the reason why we do it, because it is very simple for our team members to know, because you guys gotta understand, we are in an entertainment business, but customer service is everything. Now, if I have a team member, because if you have 20 stands, each stand, especially in the big day, we have 5 to 7 people helping out. We are looking in over 100 people that are helping us out run our stands on the big days, which is July 4th and December 31st. Now, if I do not have the time to go and train 100 people every time, every season, but we train our managers, and we have made it so simple where our managers are able to train their team members, so it makes it very, very simple. But anyway guys, enough ranting from me here. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different, but of course, since we are a business page, we want to show you a different approach to fireworks. We're not just shooting fireworks, but if in case you are interested in to get into the fireworks industry, at least giving you an insight of things that you might have not thought of that you can look into when creating your fireworks business and your fireworks stands. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit a thumbs up. And yeah, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, because we are the one YouTube channel for anything and everything fireworks from the business side. But anyway, thank you so much, and we'll see you again right here on our channel. Bye-bye.